Hello and welcome to the Yoga Light 200 Plus Teacher Training Webinar. If you want to become an insightful, well-informed and confident yoga teacher or want to deepen your understanding of yoga and practice, then you are in the right place. Before I get into the nuts and bolts of the course, I'd just like to say a little bit about why I've created this course. My name's Ceri. I've been teaching yoga for 25 years. And although it's been on my mind for several years now to run a teacher training course, the time hasn't presented itself until now due to family commitments and also gaining a certain level of experience where I felt as if I had something valid and with depth of knowledge to be able to share with the future generation of teachers. The course is a hybrid course, which means it's online and in person over a period of 12 months. And the reason I've created it that way is a way to try and culminate the two teacher trainings that I undertook way back in 2001, where I took two training courses almost simultaneously. I took the Shivananda yoga training in India, which was a full month immersion. And that was an incredible experience for being thrown into yoga as a way of life. And then the 12-month training was with the Yoga for Health Foundation, which sadly no longer exists. But it was a leading organization for supporting people with chronic health conditions and how yoga might be able to support them. That was so fascinating that I then took another year in that training to specialize in remedial yoga, followed by advanced Shivananda training in 2004. So this course is a culmination of those two, where you get the length of time to fully reflect, but you get the immersive experience, which will be felt through the weekend meetings. So if you are interested in becoming a yoga teacher, the first question I would be asking you is, what do you understand to be yoga? Which I'm sure we could be discussing all day. But in a nutshell, in brief, what we understand yoga to be is an ancient system originating in India that's a holistic approach to living and brings immense benefits to mind, body, and soul. It comprises essentially of 4 paths, all of which we will be looking at throughout the course. So yeah, I'm Ceri Lee. I've been teaching since 2001 with a practice that started way back in 1993, shortly after I took my degree in theatre arts, and the MY stands for Master of Yoga, which was a title given on completion of the advanced training in Shivananda Yoga in 2004. I'm the founder at Yoga Light and the owner of the Yoga Light Centre, which is a studio in Ruthin, North Wales. And my special interests in yoga are Shivananda yoga, pranayama breathwork, remedial and menopause yoga. And I have a regular feature column, Yoga Renew, in Menopause Matters magazine. So as your teacher, there will be a lot that you will be gaining from working with me, and how that will happen I will show you now through the 7 reasons to take the course. So the first is the expert tuition. There's not only myself who is leading the course, but there will be guest tutors who will also be running through their areas of expertise. It's a comprehensive syllabus, as validated by the fact that we have other guest tutors who go into a lot in depth of their field of study. It's hybrid, as I expressed earlier, both online and in person, and it's a small group. There'll be a maximum of between 8 or possibly 10 people within the group. And this is to ensure that you have a personable experience where you and I get to know each other quite well, and you get to know the group well as well. And this will be happening within a small, supportive community. Community, for me, is a vital aspect of true understanding and integration of yoga into society. So the community, with it being small, it enables us to create a strong bond and also work within a paradigm of a circle, which we'll talk more about later. It is accredited, that comes through the organization Yogapros, and this will give you access to insurance to be able to teach anywhere in the world. And then afterwards, you'll have a postgrad check-in 30 days afterwards to make sure you keep your momentum and have strategies to help you build your own business. So the expert tuition is coming from renowned teachers who are seasoned practitioners and with expert knowledge in their decades of experience in their field. We have Andrew McGonigal, who will be leading the anatomy and physiology. He is a yoga teacher trainer and a published author of several books with expertise in supporting students with common injuries. We have Daniel Simpson leading the philosophy, who is a former scholar at the School of Oriental and African Studies. He's also a yoga teacher and a published author and specializes in the yoga scriptures. Sarah McCaskey will be leading the Bhakti Yoga, which is devotional yoga. She is a curtain coach, a yoga teacher, sound bath and song circle facilitator with expertise in sharing bhajans and mantras. And then we have Ellen Lee, who will be leading yoga ethics and business. She is a yoga elder with 50 years of yoga experience, 35 years of teaching, and is the ex-chair of the Independent Yoga Network, which was a very political and active organization that sadly disbanded during the time of COVID. The syllabus provides strong foundations in classical asana, pranayama, philosophy, anatomy, and physiology. And you'll also get lots of insight in how to start a yoga business and also manage your classes, as well as learn to teach skillfully and with compassion. The syllabus comprises of 180 contact hours, 26 non-contact hours, and you are accountable for maintaining a regular self-practice with 2 to 3 hours per week or more for home study, self-reflection, and personal self-development. The hybrid format gives greater accessibility with the fortnightly online sessions and the 4 in-person retreats held over the 12 months at the Yoga Light Centre. So what, where, and when? Well, this little donut will show quite clearly that 51.7% is in person, online is 36.8%, and non-contact is 11.5%. And that comes through Andrew McGonigal's course. His is pre-recorded. We'll then reinforce that learning in person or online. The Yoga Light Centre is where the weekends will take place in the White Room, which, as you can see, is a beautiful, spacious studio. And we have our weekly classes here throughout the year. There's also an Airbnb on site, so if you're traveling from further afield, if there's space available, you'll be able to book that for a small extra cost. That is on site, so you wouldn't have far to travel to get to the studio. And this is all happening in Ruthin, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty in North Wales and worth visiting, even if you're not going to take the course. So this maximum of 8 trainees, possibly 10, means personalised attention and experience with genuine care for each individual and the group collective. And working within a circle paradigm with a group of like-minded individuals who have a similar level of commitment to your learning and practice. And as I expressed earlier, working within a circle paradigm, which is non-hierarchical and gives space for everyone's voice to be heard. The training completes with a 200-hour foundation yoga teacher certificate that's recognized internationally and accepted by insurance companies. And the Yoga Light, just so that you know, is part of a registered yoga school that's been accredited by Yogapros. And this is the badge that you will receive on successful completion of the course. The online check-in provides further career advice with strategies to embed yourself as a powerful and relevant yoga teacher in your community, so you won't be stepping out there alone. You will get support after the course. So the syllabus is comprising of the classical books, and as you can see here, we also have Daniel Simpson's The Truth of Yoga and Andrew McGonagall supporting yoga students with common injuries and conditions, which are all part of the study books. So as you can see from this chart here, a lot of the syllabus is given to Hatha Yoga and practice and the teaching methods, so that you not only develop your own yoga as your own practice, but also you get lots of opportunity to understand the nuance of teaching and how to teach class in a class situation, postures, breath work, relaxation, and learning the nuances and cues that are required as a teacher. 14% is given to the anatomy and physiology, which are those 12 contact hours with Andrew, which will happen every 5 weeks, where we'll have a live Q&A with Andrew, and that will be reinforcing the pre-recorded learnings that we have of his course. 11% is given to the philosophy, which will be led by Daniel through his book and also reinforced by myself. 5% to Bhakti Yoga, which is the devotional practice of yoga, and that's led by Sarah. And then the business yoga with Ellen. So the Hatha Yoga and practice is built on a formula that was developed by the Shivananda Yoga Organization for maintaining optimal health. And that's these 5 principles of asana, pranayama, relaxation, diet, and meditation. Even diet is important. A healthy body is a healthy mind, and a healthy body needs nutritious food in order to gain optimum health. Teaching methods include the format. You'll be given a template with you can create your own classes very clearly and easily. We'll also be learning cues, not just language cues or vocal cues, but also looking at hands-on adjustments, whether they are even appropriate. We'll be learning about the language and how you use language to prevent triggers, which is part of the trauma-informed training, where we can be as sensitive as possible through the language and how we hold that space, because a lot of people come to yoga who are very vulnerable, and we want to create a safe space for them so we can meet them where they are at. And that's why the remedial yoga is also an important part of the teaching and learning of this course, because many people come with injuries or a limited physical capacity. So in order to meet them where they're at, we need to be able to adapt to some of the classical postures. And you'll also be given lots of opportunity to create your own classes and to practice teaching techniques and practicing all of these nuances so that you can leave fully confident to be able to set up and run your own class. The remedial yoga is so important because fitness statistics show that in 2022, 31% of adults failed to meet World Health Organization recommended physical activity levels, up from 23% in 2020. If this trend continues, physical inactivity is predicted to rise by 35% by 2030. This means we need to be ready to support people who have even more impaired physical levels of activity. And I have to say that in my experience of 25 years teaching, I have definitely seen a decline in general fitness and health levels. So the anatomy and physiology, led by Andrew, will teach you about the structure of the body, how it moves, the different body systems, and how to support different bodies safely in a yoga class. This course is very comprehensive and stands alone as a continued professional development training for already established yoga teachers. So it's a great course. Daniel's leading the philosophy through his Truth of Yoga book, where we will explore the ancient texts and teachings that underpin yoga as we understand it today, including the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and the 8 Limbs of Yoga, as well as the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. There'll also be time to discuss philosophies through these books in our in-person sessions over the weekends and occasionally online. The Bhakti Yoga with Sarah will be an exploration of the Vedic chants and kirtan in a satsang setting where you'll understand the mantra and chants as devotional expression. And then the Yoga Ethics and Politics in Business of Yoga will be led by Ellen in how to shape a yoga business with integrity informed by the yoga ethics. And we'll also be looking at the power of community and that as a way to build organic growth. So throughout the year, trainees will undergo continual assessment with teaching practice times and also occasional test papers that will be completed at home, which will be based on the study papers that you'll receive. And a 2-hour theory paper will be taken on the Sunday of the final in-person weekend. There are quite a few questions that commonly asked, so I just thought I'd run through them here to see if they resonate with you and to hopefully alleviate and answer those questions. So the first is, I've only been practicing yoga for a few years, will I be good enough? So basically we ask that if you've been practicing for a minimum of 2 years, you can provide a letter from your teacher affirming this and are committed to a regular practice with genuine curiosity and willingness to learn, then you are good enough. The reason we ask for a letter is really to show that you have a certain level of experience, and that's an affirmation from a third party. Don't let that put you off, though. There are exceptions to the circumstances. But what we need to see so that you are fully invested is that you are able to commit to this course and you're fully invested in it so you get the most out of it. Can I teach if I'm not that flexible? Yoga is not just about how flexible is your body, and you'll certainly become more flexible during the course. But if you can see the physical posture as simply an access point to the yoga, you will also learn and see that limited flexibility is not a limitation to yoga. How can I fit this around my full-time job, family, and life? Well, that's why I've created the hybrid experience. The fortnightly online meetups will be held on a Saturday morning, which leaves you the rest of the weekend to have as your time. And then the weekend retreats, I've limited that to 4, so that's every few months. And that's an opportunity for you to really get away and immerse yourself into the teachings and with the group. You'll be given the dates in the welcome pack, or I can send them to you earlier if they are crucial before you commit to the course. That's absolutely fine. Just let me know, just email me. So if you want to apply, it's £2,250. There are payment plans available and also discounts available to Yogalite and Yogapros members. So if you do have a minimum of 2 years practice and you think you'd like to train, please email why you'd like to train and give an indication of your experience and also the qualities you might bring to the group. Because if you are going to become a yoga teacher, or even if you're not, this is part of the self-awareness development that you will get as part of this course experience. So if you meet all of those criteria, then please email me and we'll schedule a call and talk about it. If you'd like to stay connected with me, my LinkedIn is Ceri Lee. Instagram has 2 pages. One is Ceri Yoga Light, which is me as a teacher. And then the Yoga Light Center is more about the center and talking about the other teachers and the other holistic therapists who also work in that space. Facebook is at Yoga Ceri, but that will take you to the Yoga Light Facebook page. And so at this point, I'd just like to say thank you. And whether you choose to do this course or not, I do wish you all the best on your journey and do hope to see you on the course. Don't hesitate to get in touch with any questions if you have them. Take care and thank you.